Yeah, I'm just in here. I want to talk about President Trump's victory lap for securing peace in Gaza with Israel and the Palestinians. Does anybody in their right mind, you don't even have to be well versed in what's going on. You don't have to know, you could know this much information about the history of those two countries to let you know that it's not going to work, right? It's not a matter of if, it's how soon do you think it's going to stop working? I give it less than 10 months before it stops working. That's what I give it. I give it less than 10 months, and they'll just go back to doing what it is that they do, and President Trump will just go back to handing them money, handing Israel money, handing them weapons, getting the American military involved in their affairs, and it'll just never end because it's not going to end. And we all know that it's not going to end. So, don't you love how President Trump, it is a big deal what he did. But don't you wish he'd have this much enthusiasm for lowering our taxes, lowering our property taxes, lowering our car insurance, getting rid of sales tax. We have 44 million illegals in the country who are still here. And think about how many illegal people that is. President Trump could deport like 5,000 people a day, and it still wouldn't even make a dent in how many illegal people are here in the United States of America. So, I said this yesterday. You don't get any points in my book for securing a border. You don't have a country if you can't secure your own border. So, whoopee. Who cares? It's just big deal. You secured the president wants credit for securing the border. The United States. And when Joe Biden was the president of the United States, and he wasn't securing the border, how come Republicans didn't impeach him? How come they didn't have him arrested? How come they didn't bring up the Constitution, aiding an invasion? How come Republicans didn't go after Mayorkas, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden? No, Republicans just let them do whatever they wanted to do. That's what Republicans let them do. So President Trump, he wants to take credit for the border being secure. And yeah, I'll give him credit for the border being secure. But it should have never got that way to begin with. So when President Trump wasn't the president, there were still Republicans in the House and the Senate. Did any of those Republicans try to stop Joe Biden for aiding and abetting an invasion at the southern border? Did they arrest Mayorkas? Has Mayorkas been arrested yet for what he did to the United States of America? So you know what this tells me? It's just a matter of time before a Democrat gets back into office and they open the border back up and everything goes just right back to being the same. Because what were the consequences of the open border, of Democrats breaking the law, Joe Biden breaking the law, Kamala Harris breaking the law, Alejandro Mayorkas breaking the law? What were the consequences of allowing an invasion in the border? What were the consequences? Nothing. So you know what that means? When a Democrat gets back in office, it'll be just back to business as usual. The floodgates will be open. Did President Trump really bring any of these people to justice? I don't care if Joe Biden has cancer. I don't care what his problem is. They should be brought up on charges for aiding and abetting an invasion of the United States of America. Who's that? TCL TV said, hi, what's up? How are you? Just want to talk about President Trump's, victory lap that he's taking for Palestine and Israel. And we all know it's going to end bad. You know, it's not a matter of if it's going to end bad, it's when and how soon. How soon is it going to end bad? I'd say I'd give it less than 10 months. I'll give it less than 10 months, and Israel and Palestine will be right back to what they were doing before, and America will be right back to the same thing, handing over money to Israel, handing over our military to Israel, getting American troops killed in the Middle East. It'll all be the same. It will. It's not going to change. You know, Nick Fuentes, he said something the other day, it was like 2 days ago, that is like perfect sense at this point. Hold on. Kerry Lovelady, what are you saying? What are you asking me? What do you mean, what? You know, Nick Fuentes the other day, he said something that this is splintering the Republican Party into pieces, and it is. President Trump putting Israel first is destroying the Republican Party. I voted for President Trump because if Kamala Harris won, we would have no country. The country would have been, there'd be no America. It's 3:25 in America. You love the stream, thanks. Where are you located? Where are you? Whatever that means. But anyway, you know, Nick Fuentes said, now you have a good portion of the Republican Party, of the UAE. Oh, what time is it over there? Now you have a good portion of the Republican Party that doesn't go along with this Israel-America coalition anymore. You voted for Trump? Yeah, so did I. So, what is going to happen to the Republican Party? What's going to happen to the Republican Party now that it's splintered into pieces? Because I know one thing. After I heard Charlie Kirk say that Israeli donors are behind open borders, huge Israeli donors, his Israeli donors are behind open borders, I'm completely done with supporting Israel. And it doesn't mean that I support Palestine or Hamas or Islam, or because those people are no friend to America's at all. I don't care if Israel wipes them off the map. I don't care if Israel wipes them off the planet. Oh, genocide. I don't care. Let a bunch of Palestinians move into your neighborhood. Let 100 Palestinians move into your neighborhood and let me know how it goes. Okay? All these idiots, even Republicans and conservatives, we're sympathizing with Palestine. We're sympathizing with Palestine. We're sympathizing with the Palestinian people. Do you know what those people would do to you if 20 of them moved in your neighborhood? 50 of them, 100 of them? You know what they would do to you? Like, to have any sympathy for them, I'm not saying you have to sympathize with Israel. You don't have to sympathize with Israel at all. But they started that whole mess. Hamas started the whole mess. They started the problem. It doesn't matter if Netanyahu gave a stand-down order. These people still have the ability and the mind to carry it out. So, it's just, neither one of them is a friend to America. Israel and Palestinians and Islam and Muslims, they're no friend to America. You could say whatever you want. Zohran Mamdani is on TV right now. Zohran Mamdani is on TV right now saying when he becomes mayor, that white neighborhoods, the taxes will be raised in white neighborhoods to pay for all the freebies for everybody else. And you know what's going to happen? Every Muslim person on the planet is going to move to Manhattan. And then Zohran Mamdani, the pro-Hamas terrorist scumbag, is going to make all the white people pay for their free stuff. And how do I know this? How do I know that's what he's going to do? Because that's what he's telling. He's on TV telling you that. He's on television telling you. Zohran Mamdani has went on TV and he says that white people in white neighborhoods, I'm going to raise your taxes so you could pay for all the free stuff for people in Manhattan. Do you know what that means? You're going to see every Muslim person on the planet want to live in Manhattan to get everything for free, paid for by white Americans. He doesn't even hide this. He didn't backtrack at all. Matter of fact, he doubled down. Could you imagine if a Caucasianoid politician went on TV and said, oh, I'm going to make Muslims pay for it. I'm going to make this minority group pay for it. I'm going to make that minority group pay for it. Could you imagine what would happen? Zohran Mamdani comes from a multi-million-dollar garbage terrorist family. This is the thanks we get. President Trump needs to make a law. President Trump needs to make a law that no foreign-born citizen can run for any office in America. School board, mayor, senator, governor, deaf president, everything. If you're foreign-born, you shouldn't be able to run for office in America. No, can't do it. We already see they don't even hide it. All these foreigners, they get into office and they get on national TV and they're like, oh, your flag insults us. Your language insults us. Christmas insults us. White people insult us. Caucasians insult us. Your whole history here insults us. Everything needs to change. Fuck you. You know what you need to do? You need to get the fuck out of here. If you don't like it, Ilhan Omar is always bashing Americans. Ilhan Omar is always bashing white Americans, America, whatever. They had a civil war in her country. And Hussein Obama imported 200,000 of her people. And instead of fighting for the land, instead of fighting in Somalia for their people and their land, they claimed refugee status to move here. And now that they're here, all they do is take a crap in our face. Every time I see Ilhan Omar, that little roach on TV, running her mouth, how America's this and America's that, and white people are this and white people are that. Remember one thing. Hussein Obama imported 200,000 Somalians to Minnesota to make her win the election. She wins the election. They rigged the election. That's how she won. And now they come here, and instead of being thankful and assimilating, they tell you America sucks and Americans suck and white people suck and how America needs to be like Somalia. President Trump needs to make a law that no foreign-born citizen can run for office in America. President Trump needs to focus on the American people. President Trump needs to have come out and give a press conference, a 20-point bulletin, how he's going to make America and Americans' lives better. I'm going to lower property taxes. I'm going to lower car insurance. I'm going to lower your health bills. I'm going to get rid of state tax and sales tax in every state. We're taxed to death. They tax us on everything. I don't care if you think it's racist. If you don't like it, get the F out of here. What's racist? That I'm talking about Ilhan Omar? She's a piece of shit. But Ilhan Omar's not racist when she gets on TV and she says how America, she's not racist when she gets on TV and she says how America sucks and white people are evil and how this whole the country needs to change like Somalia. That's not racist though, right? Please. She's just fucking sickening. So that's what she is. She's just sickening. I would never live in the UAE. What are you talking about? Give me a break. You can't even say that in America, and you can't even wave the American flag anymore. People are insulted by English and the American flag. So if you don't want to come be American, then what the F did you come here for? Get out. That's my advice to you. If you want to live in America, but you don't want to be American, if your country's so great, all right, take a one-way ticket back and have a good old time. Don't care. Over it. Don't want to hear it anymore. Well, what did you mean? I don't get it. What are you trying to tell me? I don't get what you're saying. And what is TCL TV? What does that mean? Oh, you're saying, bro, that's so racist. You're saying about Illinois. Oh, I apologize. You're not calling me racist. You're calling her racist. Well, you need to put that in the chat. How the hell could I know that? And you know what's funny too? Like Fox News. Fox News is finished. Fox News is first to get rid of Tucker Carlson. That was the first thing. Then I don't know if you guys seen Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity goes on the Patrick Bet-David show. And he's trying to tell us that there's no way in hell that Jeffrey Epstein worked for the Israeli government. Really, Sean Hannity? After I saw Sean Hannity on the Patrick Bet-David show, I don't even watch Fox News anymore at all. Completely done with Fox News. Completely done. It's just like, it's so amazing how Fox News and Sean Hannity and President Trump and all of them just made me completely... I despise the Democratic Party. Nobody despises them more than me. But Sean Hannity, President Trump, Fox News, the whole network, everything, they've even made me despise the Republican Party. So I guess I'm in a special group of the Republican Party now. Nick Fuentes was talking about this the other day. If you're not America first, and if you're not like super America first, and I can even dig this much dirt up on you that you're not America first, you're effing done with me. You're not getting my vote. I'm not voting for you. I don't want anything to do with you. And it's just so sickening when you think about how much money President Trump spent on Israel. Think about this. I was thinking about this today when I was driving. President Trump has given Israel and Ukraine I think it's like trillions of dollars. With that much money, they could have sent every American a check in the mail for like $500,000. And we all would have bought houses and cars and this and that and put it right back into the economy. Bob Barker did. Yeah, I read it, Bob. I love Bob Barker. Bob is the man. I read it. I'm Zelensky. I'm glad that you're in this comment section because I wanted you to know that I didn't erase the comment. There was other comments, and for some reason, people keep erasing. I don't know who's erasing the comments. It's not me. They're erasing them. I'll say it right now. I'm not for Ukraine, that cokehead Zelensky. Zelensky's a cocaine addict. He's buying prostitutes. He's buying cars, yachts with the American taxpayers' money, and he's laughing as his people are getting slaughtered. He doesn't care. Dude, what do you mean, what's American cars like? Just stop. I don't know. Like, I got other things on my mind besides cars. I'm not 18 years old. I don't care. Like, dude, I don't care about stuff like that. You know, it's... How many GTRs do I see? Dude, you're on the wrong channel. Go to Andrew Tate's channel. He cares. That's what he's into. I don't care about stuff like that at all. Yeah, I want my car to be clean and run, but I don't worry about stuff like that. Zelensky, the little cokehead midget, buying prostitutes, doing cocaine. He's coked up out of his mind. And he's laughing as he's buying yachts because all Americans are paying for it. I'm paying. Our children's children are paying for Zelensky to do cocaine and buy yachts for all his girlfriends. And they talk about Republicans being neo-Nazis. In Ukraine, a lot of those fighters are Nazis. So, dude, it's whatever. It's just sickening. It really is sickening. I'm so tired of it. You don't have to say sorry. I'm not that. I don't. Even though it seems like I'm annoyed, it's not. That's just how I talk. It's not a big deal. If you were really annoying me, I would just put you on block. Like that. I just talk like that. It's not. Even though I get why you think I'm annoyed, but I'm not. I don't care about stuff like that. You know what pisses me off? Anti-American. No, Bob, I saw the. You know what? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't see the. Maybe I gotta look. Maybe you're talking about something else now. Not the green T-shirt comment. No, I don't think I saw it. You know what? Let me look now. Let me see if I can find. I'm gonna look it up now. Bob Barker. That's when The Price is Right was awesome, dude. I used to when I was a kid. I used to love The Price is Right. Not now. Now we got male models bending over the car. We got men that bend over the car just when I want to see a man's ass bending over the car. We're politically correct now in America. You got to have male models on The Price is Right. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now, dude. Looking it up right now. What's the over? How long do you give it before the so-called peace treaty between Israel and Palestine fails? I give it less than 10 months. I give it less than 10 months. What's up, TCL? I heard you. Hi, how are you? Yeah, I hear. Let me check it. I'm finding it. It's all. Don't you wish American politicians would worry about America the way they do about Israel? It's like seeing President Trump. He's gloating, celebration lap, going around the world, and everybody's celebrating. Oh, did you try to solve any of Americans' problems or America's problems? Nah, who gives a fuck? Oh, stupid Americans. You know, they can handle that themselves. I'm looking for it. I got it right here. I got it. Hold on. Nope. It's unbelievable. I got one comment here. I got one comment. Your comments are not here. It's not me erasing the comments. It's not me erasing the comments. It's a microphone. Am I coming in loud and clear? It's a mic. No, Bob Barker, it's not there, dude. I'm telling you. And I'm glad that you came on here because I didn't want you to think the other day I erased your comments. This is not a communist channel. Everybody's free to speak here. You're allowed to speak your mind on my channel. The more direct and honest you are, the better you are. You can call me any name you want in the book. I don't care. TCL TV. I have two channels. My one channel is called Unbreakable with Chris Chamasiros, and the other one is Steel City Football. It's a video I made that Trump cares more about Israel than America. Let's check out some news. Let's check out some news today. Oh, look, the idiots are at it again. A No Kings protest is scheduled for Saturday. Organizers say this weekend's series of mass peaceful protests will build on the momentum from June 14th, No King's Day of Defiance. Oh, yeah. President Trump is trying to act like a king, according to Democrats. Just give me a F. All of these protesters, President Trump should just put me in charge of anti-protesters. We wouldn't have this problem anymore in the country at all. You would have it would just be, you'd be fine. Nobody would be blocking highways. Nobody would be attacking ICE facilities. I would just label all these people terrorists and enemy combatants, and that would be the end of it. Hold on. President Trump is in the Oval Office with Kash Patel. Let's hear what he's talking about now. How much money is he giving Israel now? Let's hear it. Exactly. Oh, wow. FBI arrested over 8,000 violent criminals. Just give me a break. All right. Who are Republicans going to vote for in 2028? Because I'm telling you now, I'm not voting for J.D. Vance ever. Not voting for the fraud J.D. Vance. His made-up story of his mamaw. It's all a made-up story. It's just made up. The beard, everything's fake. Even the beard's fake. I mean, I like what Ron DeSantis has done in Florida. So I can't say that I don't like Ron DeSantis because Florida is ran very, very well. And he's not playing games. You have to be careful with him too, with his donors. But what are your other options? You going to vote for Kamala Harris? You going to vote for a Democrat? Then if we don't vote, then what? Then Democrats win? Like, we need to... Republicans, the conservative, we need to organize who we're going to vote for, and we need to start doing the vetting process in 2025. We shouldn't do the vetting process in 2028, 29, whatever. We need to start doing the vetting process for who we're going to elect in the next election now. We need to organize. We need to strategize. We really do. Because if not, it's going to be the same old thing. Oh, look at this. White House reveals illegal migrants who receive Medicaid as shutdown over healthcare drags on. Republicans argue more than 1 million illegal aliens received Medicaid under the previously existing program that was revised under Trump's landmark bill. It's just disgusting, man. It's just so disgusting. My mother got really sick. She worked her whole life. And when she went to, try to put in for permanent disability and stuff, all they did was give her a hard time. This country's a F. My tolerance level and for illegals and I just don't give a F. You're not supposed to be here. You broke the law. You shouldn't get anything. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. All right, let me look again, Bob Barker. I'm going to go look. You're probably right because I am computer slow. I'm not like computer savvy at all. Newest first. Thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris. Can you see that, Bob? Newest first. To keep you well-rounded, what's going on around the world. If you don't like hearing the truth, I'm glad you're on here so we can have this conversation, Bob, so you know I'm not lying to you. I put it on newest first, and the only comment is there that's mine. They're censoring the comments. You know who's doing it. You know why they're doing it, because we're talking about Israel. That's why. I'm doing newest first and top. Nope. It's not on there. All right, I'm going to click on mine. No, dude, I'm telling you, I'm clicking on my comment. I'm clicking on my comment. I'm doing everything, and it's not coming up. I'm clicking on it. I'm clicking on it, brother. It's not, it ain't changing. Yeah, Sean Hannity. I used to watch Fox News. I'd probably watch it 2-3 times a week. Now, because of Sean Hannity going on the PBB, basically Trump needs to stop giving money away. No, he needs to stop giving money to Israel first, and he needs to stop giving money away to every foreign country on the planet and start taking care of American citizens. That's what Trump needs to do. Trump needs to put America and Americans first. We have states here that don't have clean drinking water. We have 44 million illegal people in the country. It's like 40 million people in the country illegally. How is that possible? Can you imagine if I went to the Middle East illegally, what would happen to me? Can you imagine if I went to China illegally? Could you imagine if I moved to Mexico illegally and went down and said, hey, give me healthcare, give me free housing, give me some food? They would laugh at you. You'd be dying in the street. They would just let you die of hunger over there. It's disgusting, man. It really is. Don't ever start wearing these glasses. Don't ever start wearing reading glasses. Mess my eyes up. Let me look one more time. Nope. I'm telling you, dude, it might be on your end, but they erased it from my end. They don't want my viewers to see that. People are cruel. No, they just know that America's an effing joke and they take advantage of it because we don't have the right politician. I could run America. I could be the president of the United States, literally. And you're like, oh, well, what experience do you have? My experience? You know what experience I have? Working my entire life in a blue-collar job. That's my experience. Real life. Taking care of people that I know who are in need. That's my experience. Not demonizing. You know what my experience is? Rich people. I got bad news for all these losers. You know, these fat slobs that you see on TikTok. They're 400 pounds with 9 kids, bragging how they get $5,000 a month food stamps and they don't work. Meanwhile, they're one more biscuit away from a heart attack. You know, they don't deserve shit. People like that don't deserve shit. Nothing. If you work a certain period of time in America, let's say, for instance, you've been at the same job for 3-4 years, your health insurance, should be covered. You shouldn't have to pay for your health insurance. Everybody in Israel has free healthcare. Everybody in Israel gets free college. And the only reason why we can't do that here for our citizens is because we give away trillions of dollars to foreign countries who can't get their shit together. People are like, oh, you want the government to be in control of that? You're a communist. You're a communist. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Why shouldn't college be affordable for everybody? Why shouldn't college be basically free? Why shouldn't your healthcare be free? We're getting taxed to death. Your college should be paid for from your taxes. Your healthcare should be paid for from your taxes. And your tax, it should only be 10% flat tax. 10%, everybody pays 10% flat tax. Whether you're a trillionaire or you make $100 a week, everybody pays 10%. And out of the money you get taxed, that should pay for your health care, that should pay for your college. But no, that's not good enough. We're going to tax you to death, and then we're going to charge you an arm and a leg and a mortgage payment if you want to educate yourself. But meanwhile, all the money that America sends to Israel, guess what they do for their people? Give them free college, give them free health care. And you know who's paying for that? We're all paying for it. All of us. We're all paying for it. You know why Israel has their border that they have? You know why Israel has the weapons that they have? You know why they all have free health care? Do you know why they're all become doctors and lawyers? Do you know why? Because idiots like me that work my whole life and pay taxes, we're paying for it. So it's just a joke, man. It really is. I'm going to the video again now. See all comments. Nope. Yeah, might as well. Why did you say you voted for President Trump and then you tell me you live in a different country? If you live in the EU, how did you vote for President Trump? What are you talking about? And what does TCL TV mean? What does that mean? I look like shit. I need to get better sleep, dude. I gotta stop going to bed late. I look horrible. Couldn't sleep last night. Of course not. Up all night thinking about how pissed off I am that our government sells us out every chance it gets to foreign countries and illegals. Oh, Governor Gavin Newsom signs law banning Glock pistols in California. Oh, you really great job, Gavin. So the criminals can walk around with AK-47s and machine guns, but you can't have that legal Glock. Dude, I wouldn't go to California. I wouldn't move to California if you paid me. Gavin Newsom bans Glocks. The law, which takes effect January 1st, bars firearm dealers from selling Glock-style handguns. Why? Because you had all these gang-banging pieces of shit that put switches on it. So now a law-abiding the criminals run free with machine guns and AK-47s, but you can't have your legal Glock. Fuck. Whatever, man. I would never go to California, dude. Once Zohran Mamdani becomes mayor of New York City, I'll never go to New York City ever again either. Ever. Ever. I love going there on Christmas. I love to see the tree. I love to go to the theaters there in Christmas time. Once Zohran Mamdani becomes mayor of New York City, I'll never go to New York City again. New York City could eat these, you know what. Totally done. Just disgusting, dude. Disgusting. Zohran Mamdani, a guy that openly celebrated 9/11 and said it was necessary, and New Yorkers are voting for that terrorist piece, communist shit. He's a communist and a terrorist at the same time. But hey, let's vote for him. Let's vote for Zohran Mamdani. Let's not vote for Curtis Silva. We can't have a white mayor. We definitely can't have a white mayor anymore because that would be racist. If you have a white mayor, if you have a white anything, it's racist. If you have a white mayor, white president, white supervisor, if anything is white, oh, you're racist. Look at Katani Jackson, this retard. So the Superior Court Judge, Katani Jackson, this is her thoughts. Listen to what she said. In an insane move, Justice Ketanji Jackson declares we need to draw congressional districts based on race because black people are like disabled people. They don't have equal access to the voting system. They're disabled. Like, how did only Joe Biden could make this piece of garbage put her on the Supreme Court? Democrats are just a joke. Ketanji Jackson. Oh, really? So basically what Ketanji Jackson is saying is, oh, black people they don't know how to get licenses because it's too much to ask for. Are the yellow... when I go to New York, my favorite thing are the yellow tea. What? I don't understand what that means. What does that mean? The yellow tea? Ketanji Jackson. You fucking break. Do you want to know how you're dealing with a retard? If you ever have to deal with anybody and they're wearing a bow tie, you know they're a fucking retard. Right? Anybody that wears a bow tie is a retard. I heard you. I only like classic yellow and black tie. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. I always say when I win the lottery, you know what I was going to do when I used to like New York? I was going to go in a taxi and just drive from one side of New York to the other and back and then go on vacation somewhere. I always like to just sit in the back of a taxi and go for a ride myself, honestly. Ketanji Jackson, what Jasmine Crockett is to Congress, that's what Ketanji Jackson is to the Supreme Court, because she's just a retard. This is what you get with DEI hires. They have no clue what they're doing or talking about. What's the 0 explanation point? I'm confused. What is the EU is the Europe Union? What is that? Like where is the EU exactly? Like, are you in Ireland? Like where? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my God. It's just like, I can't stand Democrats. I really can't. I hate all of them. Only one person in the chat now.
Colonizes and it victimizes itself. Whiteness.
Then we got this black lady. She says whiteness as a presence is cannibalistic in nature. Did you know that white people eat people? Did you know that? Do you know that white people eat people? This is what this lady said on the Slum Flower Hour podcast. This is what this lady said. Black woman. Whiteness as a presence is cannibalistic in nature. Did you know I want to eat people? I love eating humans. My favorite part of eating humans is the arms and the legs. It's like you can't make this stuff up. The Somalian mayor is running for mayor, and they're all in a room yelling, Allahu Akbar. Yeah, that's what our forefathers really pictured for who should run America, right? Hussein Obama started all this garbage. Timmy Walls, tampon Timmy Walls, the pedophile. He signs an act, driver's license for all, which allows illegals to obtain government-issued photo IDs. Of course, it's for free. Guess who's paying for it? You're paying for it. You're paying for it. We're all paying for illegals. We pay for everything. College, healthcare, food, Section 8. You ever see these fat asses on TikTok? You ever see these fat pieces of garbage on TikTok? And they make videos how proud they are that they got 19 kids and they get $7,000 a month in food stamps and we're all paying for it. Like, does that make you mad at all? Like, shouldn't she have to work in order to get that food? What the F is what? What are you asking me? What the F is that? What the F is what? I'm waiting for you to respond. What the fuck is that? When is it? What are you asking me? What the F is that? What are you trying to ask me? I don't get it. Any response? No? Okay, whatever. Oh, the two 15-year-olds who assaulted the Doge staffer, Edward Korstein, of course, they got probation. Another liberal judge. I didn't hear any sound. Oh, it might be the blow. Somebody's doing something to their lawn outside. I don't know. Another radical liberal judge, Kendra Briggs, another DEI hire. DC Judge Kendra Briggs allowed the two teens who jumped Edward Big Balls Korstein to avoid jail and sentenced them to simple probation, stating her job is to rehabilitate, not punish. This is what you get with liberals, right? We should all be dead. We should all be dead because, these liberal DEI judges don't want to put criminals in jail. Bag of shit. Another bag of shit. Yeah. Yeah, you notice now in America that the criminals are the real victims, right? Fucking pieces of garbage. They are just garbage. The Democratic Party is a domestic terrorist organization. Yes, they are. Democrats are terrorists. They support anarchy. They support criminals. They support terrorism. Anything that's anti-American, anything that's anti-white, anti-Christian, anti-America, that's what they love. That's what goes on here. Basically, what these liberal judges are doing, they're saying, as long as you kill white people and conservatives, we're just going to keep letting you out of jail. We don't care. Just like that other white kid the other day, that little baby that was asleep in his house. Black guy breaks in, stabs him 100 times. He only served 6 years because the judge wanted you to know that it's poor him, that he has mental problems. That, you know. Okay. I didn't hear any screams in my laptop. I don't know what to tell you. Nobody's in here. I guess I'm boring, huh? Nobody wants to hear me talk. Can't say I blame you. Alex Jones. I guess you're not allowed to give your opinion anymore because Alex Jones gave his opinion of Sandy Hook and he got charged $1.4 billion because liberal judges don't like his opinion. So now if you don't like my opinion, according to these Democratic liberal judges, you could send me a bill in the mail for $3 million because you don't like my freedom of speech. There you go. What did Hamas do? What did Hamas do after their peace deal with Israel? They decided to carry out public executions. These wonderful Palestinian people who are all so peaceful, right? Palestinians, they're so peaceful. They're great people. You should want them to be your neighbor. You should want them to govern you. You should want them to be the president of the United States. But hey, let's do some public executions. Too bad Republicans don't bring that back, you know, for some of the things that we got going on here. Can't get into that because I don't want to get my channel turned off, but hey. I mean, after all, Hamas, these poor Palestinian people are carrying out public executions. No big deal.
Bro, you're done already?
Yeah, bro.
How?
I hired Motion to hire AI employees.
Yeah.
And what does this 20-point plan look like? It says that Hamas is going to give up all the hostages immediately. Following that, Israel will release thousands of Palestinian prisoners. So there's a prisoner exchange. And that is...
Why would Israel release any of these Palestinian prisoners? For what? So they can go back to trying to blow them up? I mean, I'm not for Israel or Palestine, but I wouldn't hand you back your prisoners. No, we're not giving those people back. No, not at all.
To build rapport and gender trust, resolve one of the key reasons for the war. After this, Israel will have a partial withdrawal in stages. At the same time, Israel will oversee the disarming of Hamas. They will lay down their weapons and be expelled from the country. So Hamas will cease controlling the Strip, and the Strip will be demilitarized. After this happens, and Israel is satisfied, a technocratic governance committee takes control of Gaza. It is under the control...
Hey, anybody in the live? Who's there?
Trump.
Talk to me. What do you want to talk about?
Humanitarian aid will come through. Israel will control the security perimeter for...
Yeah, President Trump's getting killed in the comments section. All right, let me look. I'm going to look right now. I hear you, Bob. Let me look, buddy. President Trump's getting destroyed in the comment section. Destroyed. I think it's over. People are over it. People are over President Trump. They're over the Israeli stuff. I hope you have the... I'm going to read the comment. I hope you have the patience to read this entire comment. Look, man, I agree with every complaint you mentioned in this video. I too am for American only. Every other country can go F themselves, especially Israel and Islam. Both Dems and Republicans have been screwing us since the 1800s. It's important to realize that most of the damage to our towns, cities, and states were committed by our local politicians, especially the government, especially the governors. A president can only do so much. I believe the president wants to rectify every single thing you mention, but it's not so simple. He's been blocked every step of the way by an evil entity that goes by many names. The true rulers of the planet, these creatures, have installed their minions in every country for centuries. They are embedded like ticks. We, the people, are nothing but serfs living under a king's rule. That's never going to change. Luckily, here in the U.S. and only in the U.S., we have one or more chance to fix many things. That's only because our citizenry is armed. Every other country is effed and always will be, except Israel, of course, but that's a whole other conversation. Okay, so here's the way I see it. Trump wants America to be exactly what you and I want. That's a tall order because the entire establishment is set in its corrupted ways and want none of it. With the exception of a handful of patriots, our entire Congress is owned by Israeli Zionists. So is every governor. Most Republicans on all levels are rhinos. Look at how many renegade federal and state judges have come out of the woodwork to stop him every time he signs an order. That is true. This, by the way, is exposing these worms. Trump's first term was to start exposing the corruption and planting the seeds for change. He knew they were going to cheat in the election, and that's what he wanted. He knew whoever replaced him was going to continue the plan of our country's destruction that's been in place since the despicable, God-forsaken Obama was installed and evil Hillary was poised to finish the job. They were so arrogantly confident, they didn't even bother to activate the cheating system they've been using for decades. Trump became enemy number one. I'm almost 70, and I've never seen a president so persecuted by the legacy media and political establishment in my entire life. Obviously, there's a reason for that. He exposed a lot in his first term, and now he's bringing us to precipice. We are almost there. By the time the midterms get here, more and more decent but ignorant people will finally be awake enough to vote as many rhinos out of the Congress. Even though we control the House and the Senate, it's not enough. We need to vote out as many rhinos as possible for him to be able to remove these insufferable judges that keep neutering him. Then he can go to town in his remaining 2 years. One final thing. If we don't replace enough rhinos in Congress, we are effed. And so is the rest of the world. This is the last chance. But when they eventually take our guns away, it's over. I can go on, but you need to understand what I'm saying, because no disrespect, I don't believe you see the big picture. And I can see you care. I can see you care about America and wish you luck and health and success. I mean, this is an excellent, excellent comment. And I do understand that. I do understand that at every level they're trying to stop President Trump. Everywhere. And I know he gets screwed over constantly. And I know it's not just a one-man show or a one-man army, that we have balance in the country for a reason. You know, checks and balances, I should say. But it just seems like the thing with Israel really, really bothers me. the thing with Israel really bothers me, what Charlie Kirk said with the open borders, how all these Israeli donors are behind it. And it's like President Trump can't go. I would love to be in these meetings with him and listen to him talk and say, you know, you can't be doing that. It's almost, I'm not saying that President Trump is acting powerless, but just the way Democrats break the law all the time, maybe I want him to break the law and really act like a dictator and just take it over. Maybe that's what I want. Maybe I want President Trump to do exactly what Democrats do, but in a Republican way, in a conservative America first type of way. I mean, I get exactly what you're saying. I get it. I really do get what you're saying. And I can understand why you would say, oh, I don't think you're seeing the bigger picture. I get it. But I do see the bigger picture. And you're right. Every time President Trump, you got some judge in Milwaukee, some local judge that puts to slow the process down. I mean, we are dealing with the most evil people on the entire planet. But when you say, oh, when they take our you-know-whats away, I can tell you right now, that's not going to happen with me. So, we all gotta stand on a hill. We all gotta die on a certain hill. Let's just put it that way. But yeah. This comment really has me thinking. This comment's really... I don't know. Bob Barker's comment. He wrote this the other day. No, not your comment. Bob Barker, he wrote this comment the other day. Trying to get me to see the bigger picture when it comes to President Trump and what he's going through, and how at every way there's roadblocks by corrupt rhinos and governors and senators and judges. And I completely agree with Bob Barker here. And I understand why he says I'm not seeing the bigger picture. I do get the bigger picture. But I almost feel like President Trump at this time is more docile for some reason. I don't know if it's because he's older or he almost got shot or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm just disgusted because the America that I knew will never go back to being the same. And I'm ready to fight for it. I mean it. Like any... I can't say certain things online, obviously, so... In UAE, Roblox chat banned. Hold on, let me look that. Dude, I don't... So, Bob... You think you're saying that you believe that if we win the midterms, that Trump is going to be more aggressive in going after these people? I hope. I mean, nothing would make me happier than to see that. I want to see Mayorkas arrested. I want to see Mayorkas done. I mean, look what they did to President Trump, how many times they try to arrest the man, charges. I know he's trying to take the higher road and make it look like he's not going to play their type of games. But with Republicans, we always do this. We always try to take the higher road. And then when they take back power, guess what they do? They go right back to it. Like, we need to show them that this type of behavior is not acceptable. And if you you'll go to prison. They already call Trump a dictator, a king, and all that garbage anyway. You need to bring Mayorkas up on charges, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and aiding and abetting an invasion at the border. show the charges on TV, and if people want to believe it, they want to believe it. I'll put it to you this way. 100 million people in America believe it. How many people voted for President Trump? He got the most votes in history, 95 million, whatever. I mean, we all know the 2020 election was stolen. There's 100 million people behind President Trump in the country. So it's not like we're like a small majority. You know, if Obama got arrested, who cares? That's all they do is go crazy and protest and burn and riot and loot anyway. What's the difference? It's just going to, you know, if we arrest Obama and Hillary and them, what, a week of them going crazy? Oh, well, what's another week? That's all, every weekend they go crazy over nothing. I mean, I get what you're saying. I would love to see President Trump more aggressive and just absolutely destroy these people. You know, I mean, your comment really gets me thinking. Maybe you know, I just expect so much from President Trump. Like, I really look at him like, you know, he's like the God of gods, and if anybody can get it done, it's him. Is there any way to get rid of Ketanji Jackson? Is there any way she could be taken off the Supreme Court? Piece of garbage. When are the midterms coming up? Like another in November, right? November. And just to let you know, Bob, I read every comment. Like, I read everybody's comment because I like to interact with anybody that's willing to spend time to write me a comment that actually watched my stuff. I really appreciate it. You know, I don't think I'm better than anybody that watches my channel, so I like to interact with like these, believe it or not, these people are like my friends, you know, even though I don't see faces. But I would never do that. If somebody left me a long comment, I always read it, just to let you know. So when you leave me comments, I don't want you to think I blow them off, because I wouldn't. But I'm telling you, I swear to you on everything, that comment that you wrote, you're writing it again. That I never saw that comment. I look at all. I saw the comment about, what do you think of Zelensky? And I responded. And then I had to go to work. And when I got done with work, I went back to look for the comment, and it was gone. So like a comment like this, that's an excellent written comment and an explanation, I'm sure they censor it. I'm sure they definitely censor it. Trust me, I used to be right on board with the Christians and Israel. You know, Israel is our ally. And after what Charlie Kirk and the Charlie Kirk situation, where he's talked about the Israeli donors giving all that money to the open borders, completely done. Completely done. Over it, man. I will never. And all these Christian pastors, I was born Greek Orthodox, Catholic. First I was Catholic. And then I kind of ventured away from that because I was mad at the Catholic Church with the pedophiles, how they just relocated all these pedophiles. So I was mad at them. So I kind of like ventured into Christianity just because I wanted to go to a different church. But all these mega pastors that influence the congregation not to vote, and God will handle it, and no matter what, you're supposed to support Israel, no matter what. All these Christian pastors in these mega churches, they're a part of the problem too. All they do is lie. If I see any Catholic church and it's got a LGBTQ flag, rainbow, I won't go inside that either. I'm not going for that garbage either. Like, look at our country. When you think about it, right? Think about our country, like how disturbed our country is. Like everything because of Democrats and these isms, all these isms, sexism, gayism, all these isms, they're all evil. Our country's been destroyed because of isms. And it just seems like there's no going back. Hey Bob, do you like Bob Barker? Do you like Ron DeSantis? I don't know if Bob's still here. Can you read? No, I can't read Greek or speak Greek. I wanted to go to Greek Orthodox Church, but if I don't have a listen device, I can't go. Bob, are you telling me you're... I knew you were going to tell me DeSantis is a rhino. I knew you were going to tell me DeSantis is... I knew it. I knew it. But let me... this is the thing that I want to add about DeSantis, and I'm confused. He runs Florida very well, like as far as following the Constitution and getting rid of illegals. Like, why is he ultra conservative in a lot of ways, but then a rhino? Like, when you say rhino, who's giving him money? What do you think the negative things, like, what do you think that he's going to do to hurt America? You think if he gets elected, then you'll see the real him? Is that it? TLC TV, keep you updated. What are you talking about? Updated with what? Alec Baldwin and brother crash into a tree. They're probably drinking and driving, playing with a gun. George Stephanopoulos, another joke. Dude, it just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Listen to this, going off topic for 1 minute. Charlie Sheen is no longer single. The 60-year-old is dating a regular guy who is not from the entertainment industry. According to his friends, his new relationship has changed him in many ways. Yeah, his butthole's gotten looser. Sheen has reportedly been single since sobering up in 2017. Before that, he was married 3 times. He first tied the knot with Donna Peel, then married Denise Richards, and lastly exchanged vows with Brooke Miller before leading a new single life. Charlie Sheen is glowing as he dates this regular guy. Ugh. It's just like, man, oh my God. He'll do what Trump tells him. I guess that's, I mean, I guess I'll vote for DeSantis. If that's my only option and a Democrat, I'm not voting. I wouldn't vote for a Democrat. Democrats could literally give me a new car, a new house, and $1 million cash every year, and I would tell them to go F themselves. I will never vote for a Democrat, ever. They absolutely make me sick. They make me sick, all of them. TCL, come on, please. That's the problem. The Republican Party is splintering now. We have these American firsts who are kind of anti-Israel. Then we have the Republican Party that's totally for Israel. Then we have Republicans that are, rhinos, as you could say. And whatever, it's just whatever, which way the wind's blowing, who's going to give them money, you don't know what they're going to do. So it's just a disaster now. But the problem is, you can't. A lot of these guys will say, "Oh, I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to vote." If you don't vote, then the other side just wins. And if Kamala Harris won, we wouldn't have a country anymore. If Kamala Harris, it would be over. So you can't just. You always got to sum it up. Let me vote for the lesser of two evils. Do I think that Trump wants to run the country exactly the way that I want it to be run? Yeah, I do believe you. I do believe that. I just don't think that he can. I mean, exactly what you wrote is true. Exactly what you wrote is true. Pisses me off. I just wish President Trump would come out. I don't want to hear about criminals and I don't want to hear about illegals. You know what I want to hear about? I want to hear about working people, that President Trump has a plan to ease off the taxes. Bring this cost down. Bring that cost down. Do something. All this time he spends fixing all these other problems, I want to hear him address the working man. I don't want to hear about criminals. Well, we caught 10,000 criminals. I don't give a F. Great, good. I don't want to hear about illegals because I don't give a F about them. I want to hear President Trump talk about working people. Your mom is 70 years old and she gets a check in the mail from Social Security for $2,500. Increase that to $3,500. Do something. I want to hear him talk about working people. Same old, nope. Gas prices went down a little bit in the beginning when President Trump took office. Like when he came back, his whole time in office the first time around was like $2.55 a gallon. Then it shot up to like $3.25 when Joe Biden was president. Trump wins, it goes back down to like $2.89, $2.50. Now it's back to $3 a gallon. 3 and change. All right, everybody, I'm tuning out. I've been on here for 80 minutes. I got to make a video about the Steelers. I'm going to go live in the next couple of days. I'm going to schedule this. Today I just went live just because I felt like talking to people and I didn't have nothing, like I just went live off like off a whim kind of. Broke my finger. Looks great, huh? Broke my finger. Have to have surgery. My finger is like broken. I broke a tendon in my finger. Yeah, today I didn't really schedule anything. Like I didn't write stuff down to talk about. I kind of was like, I'm just gonna go live and check it out and see what happens. What doesn't? No, it doesn't. What doesn't? I see what you're saying, Bob. Trust me, I'm not, because the other options are just so bad, and President Trump has been through a lot, and he's put so much on the line for everybody in America. But I really need to hear him say something about the American worker. I need President Trump to get back to talking about what he's going to do for Americans, specifically the workers. Trust me, your comment really has my brain going, in a good way, not a bad way. It's kind of, the comment is reeling me back in. The comment is making me be sane for a couple minutes and stop being angry. Like, come over here, give you a timeout. That's what I needed. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I appreciate that, Bob. I pray to my gods for you to get better. Ganesha and Krishna. What gods are those? Oh, I can't wait to hear this response. If you were going to learn Greek to write it in... You want to give me a job so I can handle certain things? Well, I hope, in a way, to be honest with you, Bob, I kind of hope it goes there. If I'm completely honest with you. I'm sick of a lot of things. So if President Trump, if he called me on the phone and said, we need you, get ready, stand by, I'm ready to go for him. Don't ever, just because I'm mad doesn't mean I'm not with him. You know what I mean? So I hope it goes that way. Because there's certain people in this country, what you see what goes on in Minnesota, what you see with Zohran Mamdani, whatever President Trump would ask me to do, that's what I would, whatever you need. I get it. I'm sure President Trump, I mean, he's keen to everything that's going on. You know, like the sentiment towards him now within the party with Israel. I can't anticipate him not understanding why people are kind of pissed off at him right now and not addressing the worker problem and the tax problem. Like sooner or later, I expect him to come out with a plan. I can't see him not coming with a plan. You know, but when I see the amount of money that we've given Israel and Ukraine, it's just like, oh, it's just sickening, man. It's just sickening. And we are doing everything to make Israel stronger, and at the same time, they're destroying our country. Like with the policies, with the debt. So we're making them strong as we become weak. And let's just say they became the world superpower. How would they treat us? Let's just say I know they get their weapons from us, and we have the most lethal military fighting force in the world. So it's kind of hard for me to believe that any other country could overtake us. But let's just say hypothetically that they became the superpower. How do you think they would treat us? Like complete shit. I agree with you, Bob. I mean, I completely agree with you there. I completely agree. All right, Bob, I'll talk to you soon. I'm going to log off. I got to make a Steelers video. I got to get my fat ass exercising. I've been eating the last couple of days, too much food. I've been stress eating, just eating. So I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for throwing the line back out to reel me back into sanity because I'm starting to lose it.